Hi friends, so in this section I am going to discuss some of the basics of climatology. Okay, this is one of the most important chapter for geography optionals as well as UPSC, PSC and SSC students. So climatology consists of study of structure of atmosphere, elements of weather, climate and climatic type of a region. Okay, so the study of climatology consists of structure of atmosphere. So what are the three different layers of atmosphere? How atmosphere constituted and how atmosphere protect Earth from that dangerous UV radiations, etc. Then the element of weather. So what are the elements of weather? What is the importance of weather? What are the weather pattern and weather conditions, etc. Then we are going to climate, and finally we study climatic type of a region. Okay, especially we are specifically study the climatic type of India. So what is atmosphere? What do you mean by atmosphere? Atmosphere is one of the most important component of our earth. Okay, it's a gaseous envelope that cover the earth. Atmosphere is a gaseous envelope that cover the earth with the help of gravitational force. Okay, this atmosphere consists of various types of gases, dust particles, aerosols, etc. Okay, so these all constitute, like gases, dust particles and aerosols, these all constitute the atmosphere. The atmosphere is joined with the help of gravitational force. Okay, then the height of atmosphere is almost 60 to 13,000 kilometer. Okay, around 16 to 13,000 kilometer, that measured from mean sea level. Okay, that measured from mean sea level. Around the first 32 kilometer, 99% of the total mass of atmosphere is concentrated. Okay, you have to remember, this is an important point. Around the first 32 kilometer, okay, around the first 32 kilometer, 99% of the total atmosphere is concentrated. Okay, the total atmosphere, around the 99% of the total atmosphere is concentrated nearly 32 kilometer. Okay. And the atmosphere is what constitutes the atmosphere? The atmosphere consists of mixture of various type of gases. Okay. Okay, then the next term is atmospheric pressure. What do you mean by atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure is the weight that exerted by the atmosphere. Okay, the weight that exerted by the atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. Okay, this atmospheric pressure decreases with the altitude or height. Okay, the atmospheric pressure decreases with altitude or height. That means when you are going to the height or high in latitudes, this atmosphere pressure being decreased. Okay, the atmospheric pressure decreased with the altitude or height. Then the composition of atmosphere. As I told you earlier, the atmosphere consists of various types of gases, water vapor, particulate matter like aerosols. Okay, gases, water vapor, particulate matter or aerosols. So, in our perspective, for the student of a UPSC or SSC or various type of competitive exams, in our perspective, we have to study different type of gases. That means we have to study two type of gases. Okay, the gases are classified into two types, that is constant gases or permanent gases or major gases. Okay, constant gases or permanent gases or major gases, these constitute nitrogen, oxygen and argon. Then variable gases, that is carbon dioxide. Okay, why we classify these two type of gases? Because the constant gases that will never change its composition. Okay, the constant gases which composition will never change, like nitrogen, oxygen and argon. But carbon dioxide, it's a variable gas, its composition being changed day by day. How this composition of carbon dioxide is changed? That carbon, due to the effect of global warming or greenhouse gases, the carbon dioxide is constitute one of the important greenhouse gases. These gases is always liberated into the atmosphere from various sources. Okay, as a result, the composition of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere changes day by day. So these are the percentage of volume. You have to remember this percentage volume. The most important and most abundant gas in the atmosphere is nitrogen, which constitute around 78.04%. The most important and most abundant gas in the atmosphere is nitrogen. Then comes oxygen, which constitute 20.946%, around 21%. Then argon, then carbon dioxide, then neon, helium, methane. Okay. Then we are going to constant gases. Okay, what are the constant gases? As we told you earlier, nitrogen, oxygen and argon, which constitute the constant gases. Why they are called constant gases? The concentration almost same all years. Okay, they will never change its concentration. Okay, it constitutes around 99.9% of the atmosphere. These constant gases constitute around 99.9% of the atmosphere. Okay, nitrogen, which constitutes 78%. Okay, this is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere. It's an inert gas. Literally, it's not an inert gas, but the nitrogen will not react with any other component, so it's considered as an inert gas. Its source, what is the source of nitrogen? Volcanic eruption. Okay, the major nitrogen which erupted from the volcanic eruption. Then its role is important in biological process and protein and DNA formation. Okay, the major component of protein and DNA is nitrogen. So nitrogen is used for the production of protein and DNA. And also it's an important component in the biological process. So another important process is nitrogen fixation. That is the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into absorbable forms of plants. Okay, that is called nitrogen fixation. The next gas is oxygen. Oxygen constitutes around 21%. Okay, oxygen is chemically very active gas. Okay, chemically very active gas. It's combined with other elements like by oxidation, and it's combined with other elements by oxidation, and oxygen is released as a byproduct of photosynthesis. Okay, in plants, as a result of photosynthesis, oxygen is liberated into the atmosphere. And what is the role of oxygen? The formation of carbohydrate, fat and proteins, like various components are formed with the presence of oxygen. Then argon. Argon constitutes around 0.93%. So third most abundant gas is argon. It's a colorless, odorless and inert gas. Okay, it's colorless, inert gas, it's an odorless. And next comes to variable gases. The variable gases other than nitrogen, oxygen and argon constitute variable gases. The most important variable gas is carbon dioxide. Okay, the variable gas present very less quantity, it varies frequently. Okay, carbon dioxide is one of the most major variable gas. It's the fourth most abundant gas. What is its role? It's essential substitute for photosynthesis. Okay, carbon dioxide is one of the most important substitute of photosynthesis. It's also a greenhouse gas. Okay. So, from where carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere? What is the source of carbon dioxide? Burning of fossil fuel and deforestation. By burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere. Okay, this is one of the most important basics knowledge of atmosphere. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss the other topics. Thank you.